I'm Robbie Seebold,
I'm Charlie May.
and for our motivation presentation assignment, I'm playing the boss of a wealth management firm.
Now I'm playing the role as an employee.
Charlie, I'm Robbie Seebold. I'm your new boss. It's great to have you aboard.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
How are things going so far?
Going well. Enjoying it. Making some calls.
Yeah?
Excited for the duties.
Awesome. So Charlie, I want to tell you about our motivation plan we have here. We have a little reward system to try to motivate our advisors. So if you can get 50 clients on board in the next 2 months, you get a free all-inclusive trip to the Bahamas, and you even get to take 2 of your friends. Along with that, if you make the most calls out of all the new advisors in this same 2-month time period, you get $5,000 as a reward. So
Wow. Sounds tough, but I'm up for the challenge.
yeah. So again, it's great to have you aboard, and get to the phones.
Thanks, Robert.
Have a good day.
You too. Hey, Jonathan. This is Charles May from your neighborhood wealth management firm. I was wondering if I could just take a couple minutes of your time and see if you'd be interested in using our firm to help you evaluate your long-term financial plans. Awesome. Would 3 o'clock on Wednesday work? Great. Look forward to seeing you then. Let's go. Hello, is this Cindy? Thanks, Cindy. This is Charles May from your neighborhood wealth management firm. We specialize in helping you achieve your long-term solutions. We are wondering if you'd like to come in for an appointment with us to discuss your long-term financial plans. Okay, in that case, goodbye. It's really boring. And you said you'd like to make a $100 million investment in that product? Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, I really don't know a whole lot about that product, to be honest. I'm sorry, I just really don't know anything about it. That's a bummer, but I completely understand. Thank you.
As the boss, I realized after reviewing Charlie's performance that the motivation plan did not work quite as well as I had hoped. Daniel Pink shared an experiment that was done in a rural part of India called Madura. These people were given a task and they got a reward of 2 weeks' salary for low performance in the task. A medium performance will get rewarded with 1 month's salary, and high performance will get rewarded with 2 months' salary. The people that were offered the medium reward did no better than the people that were offered the small reward, and the people that were offered the high reward did significantly worse. This is pretty much the same kind of scenario that we had with Charlie, because he was offered such a high reward for having high performance that he was almost incapable of getting. So because of that, he actually did worse than he probably would have done if he was actually offered a small reward.
This motivation plan also failed to work because the process of bringing on new clients in its entirety is a creative process that requires employees to be passionate about it. And according to the Drive book, for tasks that demand flexible problem solving, inventiveness, or conceptual understanding, extrinsic rewards can be dangerous. This is because rewarded subjects often have a harder time seeing the periphery and crafting original solutions. As you saw, over time, I got very bored with the task and kind of lost interest in it and was kind of just reading from a script. Additionally, goals may cause systemic problems for organizations due to narrowed focus ethical behavior, and decreased intrinsic motivation. Uh, I was even forging the number of calls I made simply for the opportunity to go get that bonus, which obviously is wrong. Finally, the very presence of goals may lead employees to focus myopically on short-term gains and lose sight of the potential devastating long-term effects of the organization. This is because cold calling at its core is a simple process, but long-term, if you're not doing that to the best of your ability, long-term it's going to hurt the company a lot financially. Furthermore, when implementing Agrenas' research, we find that monetary rewards do not always lead to desirable outcomes. As mentioned earlier, large amounts of monetary incentives sometimes fail to motivate and may even lead to counterproductive outcomes such as financial misrepresentation activities. Also, as demonstrated in the video clip, when promised very high amounts of monetary incentives, employees can choke or suffer declined performance levels as a result of sharply increased fear of failure. And you saw me there just choking on that $100 million transaction.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory in psychology that argues that while people aim to meet basic needs, they seek to meet higher needs at the top of the pyramid. The top of the pyramid is self-actualization, which is defined as morality, creativity, and problem solving. This motivation plan with Charlie failed when it comes to the needs theory because self-actualization would be very low. Cold calling does not require deep thinking or problem solving. Maslow would argue that this plan is not motivational because self-actualization is not met. This motivation plan would also go against the reinforcement theory. The reinforcement theory is a combination of rewards and or punishments and is used to reinforce desired behavior or extinguish unwanted behavior. In this case, the advisors are rewarded for onboarding 50 clients. The advisor can do all the right things, work extremely hard, and still not come close to acquiring 50 clients. Positive reinforcement results when a good behavior will strengthen the probability of the behavior being repeated. Since an advisor will not receive any reward even with good behavior, there is no positive reinforcement. At the same time, there is negative reinforcement because there is no punishment for behaving poorly. In essence, you will do what you're rewarded for, and you won't do what you're punished for. With no reward for positive behavior, the advisors will most likely not continue this behavior in the future. This motivation plan should be restructured so there is a reward for positive behavior and a punishment for bad behavior. The expectancy theory states that motivation is a function of balance, instrumentality, and expectancy. In this case, balance is high because who wouldn't want to go on a trip to the Bahamas? The instrumentality is also high because if you obtain 50 clients, you will get the trip to go to the Bahamas. And the third one, expectancy, this is low because high effort does not necessarily lead to high performance. Since the expectancy is low, this would cause the overall motivation to be low. One way to increase the expectancy is to restructure the motivation plan to continue to reward the total number of calls placed rather than reward the number of clients brought on board. Rewarding based on number of clients brought on board is not a good idea because it is unrealistic to have employees bring on 50 clients in 2 months, regardless of how hard someone works to achieve this.
As previously mentioned, cold calling can be a very, very routine task. And this kind of task really neither inspires deep passion nor requires deep thinking. So in this case, carrots wouldn't hurt and might help. To implement these in the right way, it's very important to first offer a rationale for why the task is necessary. So Rob could explain how cold calling can lead to more clients coming through the door. Also, to acknowledge that the task is boring. It's an act of empathy that helps people understand why this is a rare instance where if then rewards can be a part of how the organization operates. And finally, to mitigate the boringness of routine tasks, you can allow people to complete the task in their own way, thinking this is to think autonomy and not control, and helps to inspire creativity. Further analyzing our current motivation plan under the Aquinas article, our monetary rewards are used somewhat effectively because first, they're measured and defined clearly based on the number of cold calls, and the rewards given, such as the trip, are contingent strictly on performance. Next, employees are rewarded in a timely manner over a course of 2 months. However, the justice and reward system in our case isn't necessarily implemented, as people can work very hard and aren't rewarded. And finally, non-monetary rewards should be used more in our firm because strictly right now is solely based on monetary rewards for the trip and the amount of money given based on the amount of calls given. Rob could introduce non-monetary rewards such as promotions as well as recognition within the office.
Charlie, how you doing?
Robert, good to see you again.
So I was just talking with our board, and there's a couple things we're going to need to change around here. So first off, with cold calling, I know it's boring, but we got to start doing the small things. We got to keep making those calls for the long-term success of our company. That's just something we have to do. And then, besides that, we're going to get rid of the script. I'm not using the script anymore. From now on, I want you to start using creativity. Do whatever you need to do to just use your mind and try to get as many clients as we can.
Perfect.
So
Sounds good.
hope you like the new changes, and I wish you luck in the future.
Thanks, Robert. See you
Have a
around.
good day.
John, how are the kids doing? Great. Can't wait.